Hey everybody, your friendly neighborhood Strider here, returning to you with another edition of your friendly neighborhood Strider. And as you can see, well, it's no news that I don't play Strider. I'm too afraid of him, and you already probably know that my favorite character is Spencer. But, as you can see, I am rolling balls deep on a Phoenix Wright team. My god, what have I done? In fact, I have Sentinel on my team too. What have I done as well as I screw up the combo for some reason? Oh, dash inputs, you will be the death of me. But as you can see, this is my Phoenix Wright team. Sentinel is detrimental. Sentinel, in my opinion, goes together with Phoenix Wright like peanut butter and jelly. But the third character is... I'm still working the kinks out. I picked Nova because not only is he good, but he also has access to a decent defensive assist, and that is Gravimetric Pulse. Unfortunately, using that assist means using up your red life, even if they're an assist. So I've had more than one occasion with Nova losing all the health he could have recovered. That's kind of bad, but as you can see, Phoenix right here. Actually, this first match is actually a bomb. As you can see, Phoenix Wright has lost all his support, and really, when he's by himself with no support, no assists, no help, even with his trusty assistant Maya, Phoenix Wright is gonna be a lost cause. Even with 4 meters, he just can't do anything in the investigative mode. But this first match is to, just show you just how dependent Phoenix Wright is on his teammates. Without teammates, even Ryu can just jump in on him and do Hurricane Kick, and oh my god, I can't search for evidence like this. Back off, bro. This is really annoying. I'm trying to work here. God damn it. So that was the first match in a nutshell. But instead of cutting it away, I have a second match, which I hope goes a lot better because, well, as you can see right there you go. That is the number one reason Sentinel and Phoenix Wright deserve to be together. Sentinel drones are amazing. They're so amazing. Unfortunately, you have to be careful with when you call them out because Sentinel is extremely vulnerable, and Phoenix Wright is gonna... Well, there you go. Turnabout mode. The thing people don't respect about Phoenix Wright is that bridge turnabout, his big speech bubble attack, it is on the screen forever. You can just stick it out, and if your opponent thinks they can dash in, they'll get punished, basically. I mean, not punished, but it's like you're setting a trap for them. When they can't really predict it, because Phoenix Wright is just winding up, standing still. They're going to think he's standing still, I should be doing something, but of course, 99% of the time, well, okay, not 99, but most of the time, I'll be winding up the big bridge turnabout. Of course, this is during my second week of playing this team, so I wouldn't call it efficient by any means. Maybe not efficient is the right word, but I definitely learned a lot of things after playing this team for a week. And this is one of the early matches where I don't really use a lot of the things I've learned over the course of my experience with Phoenix Wright. For example, you'll see throughout this match me just trying to force Phoenix Wright into turnabout mode, or gathering evidence. Just forcing it onto Phoenix Wright, and that's not a good idea in the fast-paced nature of Marvel. What you want to do with Phoenix Wright is be flexible. Be flexible. If you have one piece of good evidence and your opponent starts to pressure you, well, you're gonna have to learn to make do with that evidence you got, because the opponent's not gonna exactly let you get the rest. And as you can see, level 3 Ace Attorney, amazing. I always try to save meter for this because it is just the best thing ever. It has to be so demoralizing to be hit by this attack. It takes so long and does so much damage. And of course, even if you use it early, your opponent goes down in a state that gives you a lot of time to gather more evidence, which is always a good thing. I've kind of come up with a lot more strategies that I want to get down to video to discuss what I've learned. This Styling P guy, he's amazing with Zero. His Zero is just amazing, and if I don't get rid of... I played several matches with Styling P, and something I've learned is that if I don't get rid of Zero quickly, my team is in trouble. Phoenix Wright is in trouble. But at the same time, when Phoenix is done, he tends to not do very well with his remaining characters. I mean, not at least not this team. Taskmaster is a very strong force to be reckoned with, but I played earlier matches with him. He tended to stand back when Zero was dead and Dante or Virgil was anchor. He tended to stand back and just try to block as much as he could, but he's really good with Zero though, don't get me wrong. And that's the entire point of me complimenting him. His Zero is just the reason why I lost 5 times against this guy. I only won like, I don't know, 3 times. This guy is just a blast to fight against. My team struggled, but I think we did okay, especially when Phoenix Wright was not involved. Right now, of course, I'm using Phoenix Wright mostly as an assist, because if you don't know, it is 100% invincible. It is not punishable. It's more surprising. It's more surprising to see Phoenix Wright get hit rather than, you know, him blowing through 3 beam hypers all at once. You can pretty much throw it out. Actually, right there, Phoenix Wright. I called Phoenix Wright out, and he did not get hurt at all. As you can see, no red health at all. Perfectly healthy. You can just throw it out whenever you want. The only time you can't throw him out is because he's still recovering. You're still in recovery frames of your assist. So he's basically like Haggard, circa vanilla. His assist is amazing. So much goodness. Oh. And this is a later match against Styling P. Yeah. He won 5 matches on my Phoenix team, so, you know, I decided, you know, don't get me wrong. Phoenix Wright is cool when you can figure out something for him, but I'm still learning him. So after losing 5 times against Styling P, I decided, well, it's time to try something different, and something different means Wesker. But the thing I was going for with this game was that, first of all, like I said, Zero is his best character, so I am very wary of it. The sooner I can get rid of him, the better. The second thing is that, at least while on the subject of Zero, is that he tends to control the airspace a lot. He gets in the air, and he puts himself in an advantageous position that gives me a lot of trouble in dealing with it. Pretty much the only thing I can do is block. So as you can see here, a lot of times in the beginning of this match, I was throwing out gunshots, which are very tall if you know Wesker. And those gunshots would very often interrupt Zero in his air dashes, which cannot be blocked anymore. So his pretty much the game plan right now with Wesker is to throw out gunshot in order to disrupt his offense, because as long as I can force him into thinking the gunshot is an issue, I can force him to play on my terms, and then things get easier. And right here, Dante loop, but unfortunately he screwed up and he didn't want to use X Factor, and fortunately I linked the grapple, which is, I was very surprised. I don't normally get that link, but well, good thing. I was very nervous because Dante, he's no slouch with Dante, and as you can see here, I was very surprised to find another Phoenix, but it doesn't look like his team really has a lot of synergy. At least my team, at least Sentinel is an important part of how Phoenix works, and without Sentinel, he will struggle using Nova to help him out. Well, I guess his game plan was to use Arthur to help him at a distance, but as you can see, that didn't work a whole lot, and now I got a free combo on Arthur, finger, that missed. So after that, I just raw tag. He's not going to do anything. This is Arthur we're talking about. He's not going to punish it very well. As long as we're talking about characters, maybe I should talk about Nova. The very appealing thing about Nova on this team is that Nova's assist is useful. If I can find the time to use it, it's really useful, because a lot of the times when I use Nova's assist, it's when Maya's on the field during her Super Samurai smelting blah blah blah. You know, Steel Samurai smelting, that attack. And of course, while Phoenix Wright is, as long as Maya is doing that, I can't summon, Phoenix Wright can't summon Maya in order to use the Psychic Shield, as I call it. Phoenix can't use the Psychic Shield, so in lieu of that, I use Nova's Gravimetric Pulse Shield, which is just about, it's a good trade-off, I'd say. Maya's shield absorbs all damage like MODOK's shield. It isn't solid though, so it doesn't prevent movement. But at the same time, it leaves Phoenix Wright at, I wouldn't say a disadvantage, but it plants him on the floor for a little bit. And that's kind of nerve-wracking considering the speed of Marvel. But for Nova, you can just call him out, back up, and hope for the best. If they do something nasty to Nova, and Phoenix can try, I don't know, diving in. Okay, yeah. Maybe that's not such a great idea, but at least at full screen, you can call out Nova safely under most circumstances, and just have him break out the shield, and call evidence while the shield goes up. So he's got his uses. But, you know, it's mostly at full screen. A lot of the matches I didn't record, I called out assists badly, and I gave my opponent free birthday presents, pretty much. But, getting on to this match right here, it's not exactly the best match you'll ever find in the game. This player mashed out jab a lot. Tons of hit confirmed. I don't know if he's trying to hit confirm, but he never really made use of those hit confirms. You see the combos are suffering, and X23's out without much more than, I don't know, mashing jab. And of course, Chun-Li is not gonna do a whole lot. As you can see right there, that's what I usually do. Oftentimes, assists will absorb a lot of pain for Phoenix Wright. But whenever I see them take a lot of whenever I see them absorb a lot of punishment, I stick out one of Phoenix Wright's crouching attacks. His crouching attacks tend to have a lot of active frames. So they're really useful for interrupting. They're really useful as, I guess, meaties. Not big on the terminology. I don't know if they're officially meaties, but they sure feel like meaties. And I can use them. Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, I love this part. Haters gonna hate. That was hilarious. Random hyper. Let me tell you what I think about your random hyper. A metal fist to your face. That's what I think. And oh god, Nova is hurting. That's a really bad thing about Nova when he gets hurt. You can't use him I can't use Gravimetric Pulse anymore, because if I use him, he's gonna spend all his red life on something that is basically only useful past 30%. I can't use him now, else he's gonna lose all of that red life just for a shield that might get mashed out. So, well, another Ace Attorney used, another Ace Attorney blowing him up. Oh, Phoenix Wright, you were so much fun. If only you weren't so reliant on your evidence. Which is something I hope I mentioned earlier. Yeah, for you aspiring Nick players, Nick, I hope you get that reference. But if your opponent is smart enough to play the matchup, which is to say, don't give Phoenix Wright the time of day to gather evidence, Nick players are going to have to learn to make do with what they have. Oh wait, I guess Maya is solid. Well, what do you know? Oh, well, that's a big thing I notice a lot of players tend to. The very act of just rolling forward is enough to. Oh, as you can see there, yeah. Phoenix Wright's attacks have tons of active frames. He traded with X23's attack right there. It's pretty amazing, and it's a great way in order to save your teammates if they're in trouble. If you can at least trade with them and save your teammate, for the most part. And right there we have a little dirty cross-up with Gravimetric Pulse at work. Tons of damage. Another good thing I noticed about this team is that teammates don't have any level 3s. All of their attacks are only level. They don't have a level 3s, so they can save meter for Phoenix if they want. And they do tons of damage with just 1 meter. And there we go. Deaths by paperwork. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This has been your friendly neighborhood Strider, signing off.